Two things I think everyone needs if you want to be super successful. One is you have to have an insane work ethic. The second thing that you need besides the work ethic is you need incredibly crafted skill.
Today is facial plastic surgeon and rhinoplasty expert, Dr. Deepak Dugar.
All right, so today we're talking about how I became a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon. It's a long journey from where I started. I grew up in Beaumont, Texas, small town in Southeast Texas, but a beautiful place to grow up. And how did I make it here to Beverly Hills? And how did I become a plastic surgeon? I grew up in an amazing family, and I give a lot of credit to my parents for creating and making me become who I became. I was an Eagle Scout when I was in high school, and I did all the typical Southern things like camping and cookouts and things like that. Fast forward to end of high school, I had to make a decision on what I wanted to do with life. The deep, passionate part of me really wanted to become an actor. My dad sat me down one day and kind of talked to me about the realism of life, and I realized that I liked acting not because of actually being an actor, but I like the creative aspect of it. So the way I got to plastic surgery is kind of a roundabout way. I started out in medical school at the George Washington University in DC. I initially wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon, but then I spent 1 week out in California with my mentor, Dr. Raj Kanodia. And after 1 week with him and seeing his practice and what it was like to be a cosmetic plastic surgeon, everything changed. I completely changed gears. I completely knew from that moment onwards that I wanted to become a plastic surgeon. And it goes back 100% to mentorship. I think mentorship is really undervalued in today's society. I think a lot of people don't think about mentorship. Everyone thinks that they can do it by themselves, and there's this self-made attitude that we all have. But I think mentorship is something that's really important. And without mentorship, you're kind of living life without a blueprint. I think mentors give you a map of what they have done and how they found success. And I think by finding a mentor and following their footsteps, you can use those footprints to create your own version of success without having to do it completely on your own. And I think that's a huge reason and pursued the career that I have today. But the ability to touch someone's life and change their life with an artistic stroke of your brush, I just thought that was so empowering and powerful, and it's something that I wanted to be a part of. It takes about 5 to 6 years in general to do facial plastic surgery. So you add up 4 years of college, 4 years of medical school, 6 years of surgical training. It becomes a long road in order to become a plastic surgeon. But throughout that process, if you have someone like a Dr. Kanodia mentor that you can continue to look to for guidance and support and continue to think about the end result, it helps you get through that process much quicker and much smoother. Now, years later, I have a super successful practice because of the amazing patients that I have, because of people like you that are watching this video and giving me the support and the time that I need in order to build what I wanted to. But it all goes back to the initial concept of mentorship. I think mentorship is extremely important, and I think any successful person you find will tell you about the mentors that they have. Usually it's not just one mentor, and for me it's certainly not just one mentor either. I would say I have 6 or 7 mentors who I consider personal mentors, whether I check in with them once a week or once a year even. But I think having that mentorship is extremely important. Two things I think everyone needs if you want to be super successful. One is you have to have an insane work ethic. If you don't have an insane work ethic, no matter how good you are at whatever you do, someone else will come right behind you and take over. Because work ethic always outdoes everything else. Without good work ethic, if you don't wake up in the morning and strive to be the best that you can be, and you don't go to sleep at night thinking about how you're gonna dominate tomorrow, there's nowhere in between where you'll thrive or succeed because someone else is doing that. The second thing that you need besides the work ethic is you need incredibly crafted skill. Whatever it is, whether you know how to make movies, whether you know how to do plastic surgery, whether you know how to fly a plane, whatever it is, you need to be incredibly skilled at a craft. Because if you have a craft that you're incredibly good at and you have incredible work ethic, those two together, you cannot be stopped in this lifetime. I've never met someone successful who didn't have those two traits in common. The problem is today we live in a society where you meet so many people who are just rich. You don't understand how they got rich, you don't know what they did to get rich, you just see their social media lifestyle that they have. And the problem with that is that it takes away the value of the work ethic that they put in to get that amount of money or lifestyle or whatever it may be. And I think that it's also a shame to take away the value of that work ethic, because nobody gets to a point in life where they're successful without sacrifice, okay? Even if you have insane amounts of money, even if you have insane amounts of followers, whatever it may be, without the work ethic, you can't maintain and sustain it. And what you'll notice in Hollywood or any other industry, the people who are at the top of their game and stay at the top of their game for 30 to 40 years, it's only because of the work ethic. The skill and the craft got them there, but without the work ethic and the continued mindset of success and greatness, you'll never stay at the top of your game. And that's the other reason I think mentorship that continues is extremely important. So as a surgeon, a plastic surgeon, I think it's important to have continued mentors, even for myself today. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, these are some of the best players in the world of basketball. And still to today, they have coaches. And they don't have coaches because the coach needs to teach them how to dribble better. They have coaches because coaching continually improves your game no matter what level you're at. And so even as me, as a plastic surgeon at the level I'm at, the top of my game in Beverly Hills, taking care of celebrities and actresses, I still to today have coaches and mentors who I lean to and guide me, because every decision you make is critical in your career. And I think having a mentor program for yourself is extremely critical to your success. So all in about how I became a plastic surgeon, I would say it all attributes back to mentorship. And I would say for you, whether you're in medical school, whether you're in undergrad, whether you're in middle school or high school, whatever it is you're doing in your life, if you want to be a physician or anything else you want to be successful at, the two things you need to understand is you got to have an insane work ethic, and you got to find the craft, whatever it is. You got to find that one craft that you can be incredibly good at. Those two things will lead you to incredible success that nobody can ever take away from you. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today and it inspires you to go out there and pursue your passion and find the thing that you are great at, and you have an incredible work ethic to dominate the field that you want to be in.